Hey everyone, today's the day. We're going to do the full clear case comparisons. For the sake of brevity, we're going to probably split this comparison up into 3 parts. The first comparison we're going to do is with the bumper cases right here, the X-Doria and the Ghostek, and then with all the clear cases, and then with the tinted colored cases. So here are my tinted ones right here. This is the baser up here in the left corner. This is the thinnest one out of all of them, the Z-Fly color gradient that came with the screen protector that just got cracked. If you saw my last case review. These are the Spigen. This is the blue tinted Spigen, and this is my Z2 top. One of the first cases that I got that I reviewed. This is the ESR here in the middle on top of the X-Doria, the Z-top tempered glass back. We have a Spigen, which was my first one with a kickstand, Spigen Ultra Hybrid S, and then you have the Ghostek like wallet type of case, and then the Rinky clear case right here. So there's a lot of cases to compare and go over. So like I said, we're going to split them up into 3 parts. We're going to compare the 2 bumper cases, and then the clear cases, and then the tinted ones all at once. And it's going to be apples to apples mostly, because like the 2 Rinkies here, even though I put these little kickstands here on the back of them, they're very similar. The 2 Rinkies, these are the Rinky Fusions, and they're also similar to their Rinky Fusion X that's a little more thicker, that I did not get. But so most of these, the 2 Rinkies, the ESR, the Ghostek, the Spigen, they all have military grade or military standard A10G drop protection certifications. The only ones that don't have it is this Z2 top, the Basic, right there in the corner, upper left corner, and the very slim Z-Fly right here, which isn't really a full case per se. And then you have the glass back ESR, tempered glass back, that's also not drop protection rated. So like I said, today we will do these 2 first. And then that's the first part, because what I currently use now and what are my favorites is these 2, the X-Doria and the Ghostek. Both of them are very similar in that they have the, like the bumper, extra bumper protection here on the sides for more side impact protection, and they're also both mil-spec rating compared. So as far as right now, this right here, the Z-Fly, is the thickest, because as you can see, it doesn't really have, compared to, like, say, here's one of the thinner cases, the Rinky. It doesn't have the protection, the side protection for the buttons, the power buttons, the volume buttons, the Bixby button. The Z-Fly doesn't have it, and it also don't really have front screen protection, as you can see right here. The screen protection was in the form of it came with a tempered glass screen protector that just got cracked, so I removed it from my Note 9. So that is the intro. I already did separate reviews on all these cases, so you can go check those out in my channel. But for today, let's just do, or for the first part, let's do the 2 bumper mil-spec graded cases, and they're the 2 thicker ones out of all of them. If you want to see, here is the here's my ESR glass protection back, compared, sandwiched in between the 2 bumper protection cases. As you can see, they're the ones that are also a little more thicker, so that's why I want to compare them apples to apples like. So let's just compare these 2, and we'll put the other ones aside for another comparison later on. and let's get started. So here we are, the battle of the juggernauts, you might want to say. So as far as protection goes, these two right here will be, if you go by good, better, and best, these are better. The other ones are also better, but not as good as these. If you want best protection, you would get like a rugged case, like your OtterBox and some of the what is that, full protection cases on Amazon, like the I'm gonna say like the iBlazin and some other cases. So as you can see, these two right here, they're the Ghostek is like 2 times military grade protection as far as based off of their website and features on it. If you go to their website or the Amazon page, and the X-Doria exceeds military A10G with a 10-foot drop rating versus some of the other ones that were just like 3 or 6 feet drop tested. This X-Doria is 10-foot drop tested as far as what it says on their website and on the Amazon page. So they're both bumper cases, and they're both pretty. They have like this extra bumper protection here on the sides. As you can see on the Ghostek, it has like this metallic finish on the sides, all around the sides actually, going all the way to the back here. While the X-Doria, this is not metallic, by the way. It looks metallic, but it's like a hard polycarbonate that looks metallic, but it feels rubbery, and it feels very good in the hand, like a rubbery satin type of finish, which they call it their diamond gripping finish, and it is. It has a very good grip. I don't know why they call it diamond gripping, because diamonds are pretty slippery. Real diamonds are probably slippery. This one right here is, you could tell, is just like the X-Doria is just rubberized hard polycarbonate outer shell with aluminum right here in the back. This color gradient aluminum here in the back. So thickness, they seem to be about the same as far as the sides go, but if you look here to the front, the X-Doria, especially here in the front, the X-Doria looks like there's more front impact protection on the sides of the all around the case, and it was kind of easy to put in to install the phone inside this X-Doria, but once you try to take it out, it is super tight, way tighter than the Ghostek as far as trying to remove your phone. Putting them in, they're about the same, and I'll show you that in a bit. So here we are on the right side of the phones. If you're looking at them like this, then this is their right side, where you have the volume up, down, and Bixby buttons. As far as the buttons go, I like the Ghostek buttons better. They stand out a little bit more. Even though they're not as pronounced as some of the other ones, they still stick out a little bit more than the X-Doria, which is like almost flush, as you can see. The X-Doria, they're just too flush, and sometimes it's hard to feel out the buttons when you're not looking, especially here on the right side or left side with the power buttons. It's sometimes I miss that power button when I am trying to unlock my screen and I'm not looking at the fingerprint scanner on the back. So you can see the power buttons there. And here on the right side, like I said again, is you have the Ghostek logo, and then the X-Doria logo right here. The bottoms, if you saw my separate reviews on these, they're pretty similar, except for that the Ghostek on fatter headphone plugs, it won't work. The X-Doria up top here, fatter headphone plugs did work, and the Samsung USB to USB-C converter did not work on both of these cases, but regular USB-C cords work. And as you can see here, for the X-Doria, it's just one big cutout for both your speaker and your S Pen, whereas here on the bottom with the Ghostek, you have a separate speaker and separate S Pen, and it is a little easier to remove the S Pen from the Ghostek than it is on the X-Doria. Okay, so now we're looking at prices. The prices on both of these cases, the X-Doria regular price with Prime free 2-day shipping is $29.95, which is almost $30. This Ghostek, I believe, is like $13 or $14.99, something like that. So the Ghostek is pretty much almost half off, or more than half off, yeah, of this X-Doria. As far as looks go, looks are going to be subjective. Some people might like this color gradient look here on the aluminum parts of the bumper on the X-Doria, and some people might just like this plain, like brushed silver look on the Ghostek. So looks are going to be subjective. If you look here though on where the camera cutouts are, you can see that the X-Doria, this one, is somewhat thicker. It's like there's more depth and more lip protection, and you'll see that in a bit when we put the phone inside of the cases, how much there's more of this back protection right here from the X-Doria versus the Ghostek. So is it worth like double the price though of the Ghostek? Some people might think it is, some people not, because like I said, the Ghostek is 2 times military grade protection, and this one is standard, military standard for 10 foot drops. But the main point is they do both have the military spec or military standard protection rating, while some of these other cases don't. And so that is it. You could tell here, looking, if I'm going to put them up next to each other, the X-Doria, putting them up back to back, the X-Doria does look a little bit taller, maybe. The X-Doria looks a little taller than the Ghostek, so it will have probably more of the bumper side impact protection than the Ghostek. What's also similar with these two is, you see this is their diamond finish right here on the Ghostek. They have this like diamond, what they call their diamond finish, and it adds for extra grip when you hold it from the back. And same thing here on the X-Doria. If my camera will focus, it's got like this this like extra, it's like an extra grip where it's not as smooth or as clear as the rest of the backing. And what this is not showing, which I don't know if my camera is showing it, but both of these have this rainbow effect, because they both have this like little dot matrix inside of their cases on these back polycarbonate backs to keep them from yellowing out. But it's not really showing right now on my camera. or maybe I just can't see it because I am blind, but you could kind of see it if I put it right here, see, and put it there. You can kind of see that little dot matrix pattern with these cases. Anyways, so looks is going to depend on which you prefer as far as looks go. I kind of like the look of this more just because it matches my skin that I have on my Note 9. But I like the sides here more as far as the grip and the buttons. And for as far as the grips and the buttons go, I like the side grip, or from holding it like from the sides. I like the Ghostek better than I do the X-Doria. Looks, as far as looks go, like I said, the X-Doria I think looks a little better, but again, that's for personal preferences. So I'm going to break out my Note 9. If you haven't seen the reviews, both of these cases are also wireless compatible. Although I will say, now that I've had this X-Doria for almost 2 weeks, or yeah, almost 2 weeks, the X-Doria case, when you're charging it on a wireless charger, if it vibrates and it gets a message or notification, it'll throw off the charging, which means when it gets that vibration, if the vibration is strong on the Note 9, if you have the vibration settings to pretty high, on the Senio wireless charger that I have, because it's a standing charger, it's not a lie back flat charger, it will throw it off a little bit and it'll stop it from charging. Also, this charges slower with wireless charging than this, and that's probably because of the thicker polycarbonate backing. So which should I do first? Let's see. Because I got the Ghostek first, I'm gonna install the Ghostek first. And you guys could see the separate reviews, like I said, on my channel. So I go side to side, and boom, it's easy. As you can see, it was pretty easy to install. And then again, like I said, the buttons are all good. If you guys see my review, all the cutouts are good. The fat headphone jacks will not fit onto this Ghostek. Neither will the USB-C to regular USB adapter on this for transferring files. And as you can see here in the back, there is the extra lip, but not as much as it is on the X-Doria, as you will see in a little bit. In this case, when you install it, it has very good grip. That's what I love about this case. It has very good grip on the sides. And right here in the front, you can see how it looks on the back, or on the front lip protection. There is extra lip, but as you will see in a little bit, not as much as the X-Doria. Removing it, for both the X-Doria and this Ghostek, the Ghostek I can kind of go like this and take it out. Watch what happens when I have the X-Doria. So I'm going to install the Note 9 onto the X-Doria, and it's a pretty tight fit. And you feel that just snap in place. You can hear that snap into place. And now look at the front. There is more front protection from the X-Doria. And one thing about the X-Doria, which I'll show you when I remove this Note 9 from the case again. And so there is much more front protection right here on the X-Doria than there is on the Ghostek. And here on the back too, look how much thicker this lip is around the camera lens and also the fingerprint sensor. The only negative, like I said, is the buttons. I don't like how the buttons are so flush. You can't really feel them if you're not looking at them. And this side here should have been metallic looking, just like on the Ghostek. So now if I try to remove this Note 9 from the case, like I did with the X-Doria, it's really hard. I can't, and without like hurting my phone or like bending my phone, or I feel like I'm gonna bend my phone when I try to take it out that way. Cutouts, a fat 3.5 plug will work on this one, but the USB-C to USB adapter will not work, just like on the Ghostek. And here, as you can see, the cutouts, it's the same. The S Pen is a little harder to take out because it's a little thicker on the sides here from the X-Doria case. So the way to remove the X-Doria case is you have to push on the back here where the camera lens are. So all I do is I push against the where the flash is, and I just push that, and right here I can get it to pop out like that, and then put my finger or my thumb along the edges right here, and it's out right there. And that's how I removed it from the X-Doria case, my Note 9. So that is it, the comparison of these two, between the two bumper cases, the Ghostek Cloak 3 and the X-Doria Defense Shield. So right here on the back, you also have the Ghostek logo. Right here on the inside of the X-Doria, you have the Defense Shield logo. And one thing that the Ghostek does not have is these extra like side impact protection here on the inside of the X-Doria Defense Shield for extra protection. Think of, like, you know, those styrofoam like those styrofoam or bubble wraps here on the sides. It has that extra, you can feel, for protection. These bumper, like little bubbles on the sides, on the inside of the X-Doria. The Ghostek does not have those, which is why this is also a little bit more thicker for that side impact and back protection. So I think, as far as protection goes, this X-Doria might be better for protection, especially if you add a screen protector to it. You'll have complete protection, almost like the OtterBox Defender. But I mean, come on, those OtterBox Defender cases are really thick. They're super expensive, and to me, I don't think they're that good looking. They're pretty ugly cases. I don't know, but that's my opinion. Anyway, so that is it. Who is the winner of this? The winner is you guys, the consumer, because they're both excellent cases. It just depends on what you like. Do you want to spend the extra, like, $15 more for this case, or you want to save $15 and get the Ghostek? They're both great protection. Like I said, they both have the mil-spec military standard A10G drop certifications, and they both have good grip on the sides. They have very good buttons as far as, like, for tactile and responsiveness. But the Ghostek, again, like I said, their buttons stand out a little bit more and are easier to feel. But the X-Doria has this, like, color gradient look and more impact protection right here on this back, and also on the front right here, how the lip is just so much thicker right there compared to the Ghostek. So that is it. If I were to pick, it's tough. It's tough. That's obvious. I've already spent the money on this, but I also got a discount on this the X-Doria. If I didn't have the discount, I don't know if I would spend the extra $15. I probably might, because I was thinking of getting the carbon fiber, which of this version, which is called the Lux, which is like the real carbon fiber on the back. So that is it. Either way, they're excellent cases, and they're gonna, for clear cases, most people who like the clear case look, because they want to, you know, you want to get the look of your phone. Like in my case, I want the look of this skin to come out and show. For you others, like if you got the midnight blue or the purple, you might want that to show, and you like that color. So that's what clear cases are for. They give you the protection, the drop protection, mostly from the back and the sides, and they also keep the aesthetics or the look of your phone in its original, form. Anyways, that is it for the two bumper cases. Who do you guys think is the winner? Let me know in the comments down below. And that is it for this comparison between the Ghostek and the X-Doria clear transparent back cases, bumper cases. And up next will be the tinted cases. So that is it. Everybody take care, and we'll see you soon for another video.